Hey, Zach with Extendly here. I'm going to walk you through the B002 generic nurture module. The two main aspects of this module is one, it's set up to send 52 weekly text messages as well as 12 monthly emails. We're going to start first with the setup. I'm going to jump into our Miro board here, the setup for our SMS, and then the setup for our emails. And then from there, we're going to go into each workflow and how they all work. To start us off, we're going to start with editing our templates. So if we just go to marketing and then templates, at the top, we will have our SMS. So here, go in, edit these values here. We have the business short name already added here that would come from our custom values that you fill out in the onboarding engine. And then the first message will have the reply to opt out. The next ones don't automatically have that section added. Then the second portion here is we have our emails. So if we scroll down to our emails, there's two sections that we need to edit. First is the main copy. So I'm just going to go to number one. So edit the main copy. If it's a video you want to add, if it's a tip you want to add, some value add for your business. First input that, and then from there make sure you have the correct scheduling link as well. So this automatically will be the value that pre-populates that you fill out in your onboarding engine that's in the custom values. If you are using a different scheduling link or you want to send someone somewhere else, just make sure to change this right here. And then the last thing, just make sure to edit the subject line at the top. Now, there's a lot of values here. If you feel like you don't have enough content to add for the emails or for the SMS, what you can do is you can just add a wait step in our workflows, which I'll show you in a second. I would suggest also using ChatGPT if you're struggling to get this copy, if you're struggling to get 52 weeks of copy to send. So that's everything for the setup here. Once you have your SMS set up and your email set up, we're now ready to look into the actual functionalities of the workflow. There's two key sections in this module. There's the weekly SMS, and then there's the monthly emails. We're going to start first with the weekly SMS. The first thing that we need to do before we start sending our 52 text messages is we need to confirm whether they've opted in or not. If they have not opted in, then what we can do is add the tag B002 execute marketing opt-in SMS. Now what this is going to do is this is going to fire a workflow that sends a text message asking if they would like further communication from us or if they would like to opt out. If they do confirm that opt-in, what that will do is that will then initiate the 52 weekly text messages. If you'd like to go straight to that workflow without having to opt in, you can just add the execute weekly text message. That's going to send it directly to the 52 weekly text message workflow. Now, going into the system and checking that out, I'm just going to hit the confirm SMS opt-in for marketing. And again, to enter this workflow, what you would do is you just add the tag B002 execute marketing opt-in SMS. Now, the first thing that happens in this workflow is they're going to receive an SMS. Again, you can edit this here, but this should be good enough to be able to either ask them if they'd like to opt in or out. If they do opt in, they're going to get the tag added opt-in confirmed, and then they'll get a confirmation. And then at this point, automatically, they're going to be added to the 52 weekly text message workflow, which we'll cover in the next video. If they opt out, we'll add the tag B002 SMS opt out, and then they'll be automatically added to the DND for SMS. Cool. We're now on the section where we're going to cover the workflow 52 weekly text messages. We're going to go into our system. And the first way to enter this would be to add the tag execute weekly text messages. The second way, which we covered in the previous video, is you can send this through the opt-in workflow. Once you get confirmation that they would like communication from us, then this will automatically send this into this workflow. Now, for this to operate properly in the setup, you would have had to fill out all of the templates. So each template is numbered by the week. So SMS number one would be the tip or the information that you added in the SMS templates. As you notice, the first one has the reply opt out to opt out. The following ones won't have that automatically added. Now this continues on for 52 weeks. If you don't have enough content, let's say you just have 10 added, what I would suggest doing is just going to the wait period and changing this to, you can just change this to 1,000 days. That way when they get to this step here, they'll stop, and then you can keep adding to keep them going. That's everything for this section right here. Next one is I'm going to cover the email section of this module. Thanks. The next step here is we're going to cover the email section. So to initiate an email sequence, what we're going to do is we're going to add the tag execute monthly emails. This is going to add to our workflow monthly emails. And at that point, that will send out the 12 emails, one each month. Going into that workflow, pretty straightforward. Just as long as you added the emails properly within your templates, the from email, and then the subject, and then the actual copy within will all populate automatically. Now this will go on. We have this set for every 21.25 days. Again, just like the SMS, if you don't have 12 emails to add here, what you could do is you can just change this wait period and add this for a longer period of time. If not, we're going to cover what happens now when someone answers or someone responds to either a text or to our emails. Now, one of the last steps here is what happens if there's a customer reply. And you have a couple options on how you want to set this up, but this is our default, and then you can change options how you wish. To start us off, if there's a reply either from an email or a text, it's going to initiate a trigger that starts the workflow, listen for response, remove from nurture workflows. And we'll cover that right now. We'll go right into the workflow. From here, as I mentioned, we have the two triggers, so a reply either from an email or a reply from a text message. From this point, if there's a response, we're just going to remove from the workflows. And then finally, we'll just add a weekly SMS reply or a weekly emails reply. Now, if you want to keep the contact within the workflow, even when they do respond, what I would suggest doing is just remove from workflow, and then just be really careful that when they do respond and they ask either to be taken out, or if you want to put them into another flow, that you do remove this from this workflow. But this is set up just to automatically remove when there's a contact response. Cool. The last workflow that we have to look at is a tag routing workflow. Again, you'll find this in almost all of our modules. Pretty straightforward workflow. The purpose of this workflow here is to, one, connect with other modules that we have, or two, add to pipeline stages. So if you have a pipeline that looks for replies, if you have a pipeline that you want to add for opt-ins, opt-outs, what I would do is I would add to the bottom of this right here. So when any of these tags are added, you just hit this, go to opportunities, and then you can change your opportunities within the pipeline that you prefer. Awesome. Now that's everything for this module here. If you have any questions, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot.